Do you think your marriage-based green card is a guarantee? Think again. These 3 red flags can cause your case to be not only delayed, but possibly even denied. I'm attorney Jennifer Bennett, and I've been practicing immigration law since 2007, and I'm going to tell you about some of the scariest marriage-based green card denials I've seen. Listen, USCIS officers are literally trained to spot fraud, and sometimes real couples get caught up in these red flags. I'm going to tell you about the 3 biggest mistakes I've seen in my experience. Number 1, a complete lack of evidence. No evidence. What do I mean by that? No proof that the marriage is real. So here's an example. A couple comes in to me and they tell me, we're in love. Look, we don't have time to give you all of these documents. The truth is, love is not enough for USCIS. Here's the deal. We need real, solid evidence of your marriage. Your lease, your utility bills, joint bank statements, proof that you have traveled and taken vacations together, pictures of you with both sides of your family and friends, statements from your friends attesting that your marriage is real. One of the biggest red flags immigration is looking for is to see if you actually truly live together. Now, you need to live together with your spouse. Let's say that your spouse is in residency preparing to be a doctor and you're finishing a master's degree in another state. It might make sense that you don't live together. As long as we can prove that your marriage is still real, we will be okay. So let's say that you're living in New York and your spouse is living in Connecticut. You still need to live together. You can't tell immigration that you're not living together because the commute is terrible. So that's not just a red flag for immigration, that's a red flag to me, and I'm going to have a lot of questions for you. The second red flag that I often see is that there is a major cultural or lifestyle difference between the spouses. A common scenario I see is, for example, if you're from Nigeria and your spouse is Black American, it's actually a big cultural difference. When you add on top of that you practice different religions, that's going to be a big red flag for immigration. Remember, immigration is trained to look for these things. Immigration wants to make sure that they're not granting green cards for fraudulent marriages. You're not going to be rewarded for lying to the government. So here's a tip. You need to be prepared to explain your whole relationship history to immigration, almost like it's a Hollywood movie. I'm talking about everything, even what your family and friends thought of your spouse. The more proofs you have, the more statements, the more photos, the more things you've done together, the more likely immigration is going to see that it's a real marriage. So here's one example where an age gap could be a red flag. So let's say that there's a man in his 50s. He's happily married, he has 3 children, and his wife, unfortunately, passes away of cancer. Now, it's going to be hard for this man to be the sole provider for and take care of his 3 kids as a single dad. So in his culture, his family may urge him to do an arranged marriage so he can find a spouse that's potentially many years younger to help be the mother for his children. Now, that could be an age difference as much as 20 or 30 years. And while that's a big red flag to immigration, we know that that is more normal within his culture. And so we can help to prepare and present that to immigration. Now, the third biggest red flag is inconsistency in the interview. Sometimes when I bring a couple into my office to prepare them for a marriage-based green card interview, they answer inconsistently even together in front of me. That's a big red flag that tells me it might not be a real marriage. I'm talking things like when I ask a simple question like, what route did you take to my office today? And one spouse tells me one highway on the west side of town and the other spouse tells me a highway on the east side of town. You probably didn't even come together and you're trying to lie to me. That's a big red flag. Immigration's going to ask you all kinds of random questions. You can read on the internet all you want, but they're going to surprise you every time they ask something slightly different. They might ask you, what color is your spouse's toothbrush? Or what color is your bedspread this week? Or is there a bush or a tree in front of your house? Now, immigration is not looking for your answers to match identically. What they're looking for is authenticity. So if you don't give an answer that is similar to your spouse's answer, it's going to be a red flag and they're going to want to deny you. Pro tip. Please do not rehearse your answers. They know when answers are rehearsed and memorized. You're not that good of an actor. Don't even try it. So if you're worried that you have one of these red flags, don't panic, but also come to my office and talk to me so that you're prepared. We can help you to present the right evidence to immigration to overcome these red flags if your marriage is in fact legitimate. And I know that USCIS is checking, but so is my office because we are not filing fraudulent marriages. So if you have any questions, just drop them in the comments below or give us a call to book a consult. I do all of my consultations and I would love to talk with you. I'm attorney Jennifer Bennett and I'm helping immigrants one visa at a time.